Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. My name is Michelle and I'm an intuitive astrologer. I combine my knowledge of astrology with my intuition, and this will be reflected in this video. So today I will talk about the upcoming full moon in the sign of Virgo that will happen on the 24th of February 2024 at 5 degrees. So check if you have any planets at 5 degrees in either Virgo or around 5 degrees or Pisces, and you will be quite highly impacted by this full moon, okay? So I will start off with a general reading about this full moon, about the astrology, and then I will dive deeper into each and every single sign, okay? So stay tuned. And I will also draw some more cards, because in my last video, I know I only pulled one card, so I will dive also a little bit deeper into the intuitive insights, okay? So this full moon is a huge opportunity to work on your health, to work on your karma, because Saturn is in the sign of Pisces, and Pisces rules the 12th house, right? And with a full moon, we have the sun in opposition with the moon. So when Saturn is in the mix, right? So Saturn is in a conjunction with the sun, you have an opportunity to break down a lot of karma. Because when we look at the 12th house, I always see it as where you surrender to the universe, where you surrender to God, where you let go of control, okay? So where are your blocks, your subconscious blocks that are preventing you and hindering you from moving forward in life? So when we look at this full moon, we have the sun in a conjunction with Saturn and in opposition with the moon. We have this massive opportunity to heal, to face our karma, and to finally break down some cycles that have been blocking you from moving forward. Because we do have these cycles in our lives. All of us, we have them. And we are raised with certain habits maybe, or certain thoughts that and they can come later as well, right? Like if you have been betrayed quite sometimes, it's hard to trust new people, and it becomes part of your subconscious belief system. So definitely this time pay attention to what is coming up, because this is very, very key to your healing process. And when we look at Virgo, this is a more grounded sign, right? This is more grounded. This is all about routines, your health, okay? And this is not like routines, like 9-to-5 job routines. This is like repetitive work to achieve something. That's why Virgo is a sign that's very hardworking, that's very ambitious, right? And doesn't complain very much. And I'm a Virgo myself. I can definitely vouch for these things. Healthy foods are important. So anything that comes up around this day, around your health, pay attention. This is the universe telling you that you have to step up your game when it comes to your health. So going to the gym, eating more fresh foods, okay? It doesn't have to be expensive anymore nowadays. You can even grow some of your own foods if you're interested in that. But there will be a shift happening where you feel that you need to change certain things in your life. When it comes to spirituality, if you're on this path, this is a beautiful time to do a meditation, to go into nature. Doing a meditation in the nature is even better, because Pisces wants to merge with the divine, and Virgo wants to earth, wants to ground, right? Wants to be a mother nature. It's an earth sign, right? So it wants to connect with nature, and it wants to feel the ground. So now is the time to face issues and stuff in a practical way. Okay, this has happened. What can we do about it? Make a little plan, okay? Also, your house, for example, is it clean? Is it too messy? What don't you like about it? It's about organizing everything in your mind, but also in your surroundings. So you feel that life is in order, so to speak, right? So what is preventing you from taking the steps towards these achievements? And you're gonna feel quite heavy about it around this full moon, because Saturn is a planet that makes you feel quite heavy. And everyone knows who has a very strong Saturn in their chart, right, on the ascendant or with the sun, that there's always a little bit of a heavy feeling, feeling of duty, but also you might feel a little bit down sometimes, okay? And you will lift up when you take the responsibility, when you're taking action. And Saturn is a planet that rewards. So it's not like you work hard and it's not going anywhere. This is more, I would say planets with the south node can definitely cause that. They can sometimes like detach things from your life, okay? So that's another planet. So Saturn is about hard work. It's about stepping up your game. And the area in your life we're going to discuss soon with all the signs, okay? Venus and Mars are in a conjunction with each other. So this is all about community. This is about finding your community. You could also maybe go out and overspend your money because it's in a square with Jupiter, or overindulge too many foods. So make sure that you don't overdo things, which is a very contradictive energy right now. And some of you might even prevent from feeling all these things that are going on the planet or in your personal life, and you're going out with friends to avoid those feelings, okay? The best way to deal with it is to face all the problems that are gonna be coming up, and then also spend some time with your community and your friends. But you're definitely going to question who of your friends are your real community and who are not, because we do have Pluto as well in the mix there. I do have to say, around this full moon, there is already quite some degrees apart, but it's still impacting and affecting the planets, okay? They're now, there's 7 degrees between Pluto and Mars. And this month is definitely about, you know, a lot of anger is coming up. And you know, I had a comment from someone who said, no, Pluto and Mars has nothing to do with anger. It's nothing about that. Well, not only I know about this placement, but you haven't grown up around Plutonic people. If there's one thing for sure, if you have Pluto square Mars or Pluto square Moon or anything, there's definitely some anger outburst. I'm a Plutonic person myself, so I thought it was really funny. No, that's not at all about anger. I was like, yeah, well, Pluto can cause a lot of anger because it's about everything suppressed. So whatever is suppressed is gonna come up, right? And Pluto wants to control. So it's like, I'm gonna control my emotions and not complain. I'm gonna be in control of myself. And then one day it's like, wow, everything is coming out, okay? So, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just better to speak up in the moment when you're feeling these things. But we are all guilty of trying to keep harmony and then waiting until the end, and then there is this explosion happening because we didn't talk about how we felt before, or we didn't feel heard or listened to, okay? And this is where anger comes up. And I feel like emotions like anger and laughter and happiness, they're all part of our life. So I don't think anything is bad or good. It's just an observation of what your body is telling you, because our body is our compass, and it's so valuable to listen to our intuition. And I feel that once we are tapped into the divine, we can definitely, and in our intuition, we can definitely feel better about, you know, our feelings, but also about other people. But the first trap is that when people first awaken, they merge with other people's feelings. So they're confused. Is that what I'm feeling, or is that what they are feeling? And because when you're so hyper aware of everything that's happening around you, it's like when you feel that other people feel uncomfortable in your presence, you're walking on eggshells, okay? Because you're hyper sensitive. And that's why it's also very important to close yourself off if you are also an intuitive, or because I know a lot of people who are watching are very sensitive as well, right? And I know there's some breeders watching as well, so you know what I'm talking about. And this is a lesson that, yeah, we all have to learn, right? That we know what are our feelings, what are other people's feelings, and separate those. So yeah, the North Node is in a very close conjunction with Chiron right now. So on a worldwide level, this is being felt, right? And Aries is the first sign. This is about leadership, going in a little bit impulsive, right? But when Chiron is there, people are afraid to step up. And this is especially difficult for everyone who has a huge ego around this time. You're going to be confronted with a lot of things, okay? And usually the ones who are either feeling not good enough, well, not good enough and not good enough. You see that people with a huge ego feel not good enough, and people who are too humble feel not good enough, okay? And there's the best zone between the two is in the middle, right? And we always have moments where we're not feeling like we're good enough. But these wounds are coming up right now, like massively. And that's why we see a pandemic of narcissism. And what I've observed is that people who have this personality disorder, they are not integrated in their bodies. They are dissociated from themselves. So they create a persona that they are feeling best with. It's because literally they're not in connection with their hearts, and also your vessel becomes open for entities to attach to you, right? So when you're connected in your heart, that doesn't happen that often because you're full of love. So it is so important that we connect to our hearts, right? And not dissociate from ourselves. It starts with trauma. This dissociation starts with trauma, and then it becomes like me against the world, and I need to fight the world, because if I don't fight the world, they will get to me, right? It's a fight or flight kind of mode. So and now this is being healed on a massive level, right? And that's why we also see this separation happening right now with people who are working on themselves and people who are refusing to work on themselves. But it's going to be made more and more difficult because the frequencies are rising and people are starting to panic, and they're starting to get mental health issues because, you know, all these things are coming up in one go, and they keep suppressing. And if you keep suppressing everything in a little box, it's gonna cook and it's gonna come out all at once, because you cannot keep everything suppressed, right? And that's why it's so good to talk to a therapist or to talk to someone, right? So I know I'm rambling about a lot of things, but I think they're so important. And I feel that, you know, I can just do the calculations of astrology, but for me personally, astrology is a story. It's a story, it's a storyline of someone's life, and I tune immediately into their souls when I look at their chart, right? And this is a story to me. And when I'm reading the chart and when I'm doing the predictions, I'm not really even preparing. I'm just looking at it, and I see this story happening on a global level, right? And on a personal level. And I feel that we are all connected together in this beautiful story. And now is the time that we unite and we don't divide so much anymore, right? So I want to build a community where we're all equal, right? And I'm not the reader who says you are all special and everybody is different, because this is the division that we still create from a spiritual ego. And I know that makes me maybe less popular because I'm not talking to people's egos. I want you to lift. I'm empowering you to do your things. And because ultimately you're the one who have to live your life. You're the one to make the choices. You just need the clarity to do things, the encouragement to do things, right? And this is what we all should do with each other, to lift each other up. And sometimes I'm the one who needs the help and is going to someone that lifts me up. And I think that's the beautiful thing about community. Everybody needs to step into their power so we can all work together and work with our talents, okay? So yeah, the moon is in a beautiful trine with Jupiter as well. So these uplifting feelings will be there. So you will have the enthusiasm and the optimism to work on these traumas, to work on your karma. Now is the time. The chaos is there to be resolved. Everything is coming to the surface. Okay, and also it's about taking responsibility and accountability, because this is all what Saturn wants, right? And when Saturn is in the mix with this full moon, right, you can also have some traumatic experience that you've had with your parents. They might come up, okay? So things related to childhood or your parents, with the father, with the mother, or maybe both. Now is the time to heal that, okay? So yeah, community, very important. Self-healing, very important around this time. And your health, your food, what you take in, right, is now really, yeah, important. Oh my God, how to diversify my words. I'm trying not to say the same words, right? But yeah, I am not a native speaker, which sometimes people think, but I'm not. But I'm speaking a lot of English. So anyways, we talk enough about the intro. I'm gonna go to Aries. Give me a moment. Oh God, my chart is going. Ooh. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Okay, let me get it. You have to spare me for a moment, because I clicked on this button that's going like forward like super quickly. Okay, is this, yeah, 24th. So we went to a completely different day and date. Anyways, okay, Aries, sun, moon and rising. For you, this full moon in Virgo is going to be in your 6th house, okay? And it's opposing the sun and Saturn in the 12th. So if anyone right now is going to have a wake-up call when it comes to your health, it's going to be you, Aries. So taking care of your health is key. Eating more greens, eating more vegetables, eating more whole foods, right? Less processed foods. And the sun and Saturn and Mercury are in the 12th house. So some of you definitely just need to rest right now. You are preparing for your season to come. So now it's time to rest, to relax, not to do too much, right? So even though you have Venus and Mars in the 11th house, so you can go out with friends, but not overdo it. Not over being overly active. It's also time to meditate and to really come back to yourself. And you know what the beautiful thing is here, that Neptune, if you have an early degree Aries, so between 0 and let's say 3 degrees, you will have Neptune in a conjunction with your ascendant, sun or moon. So this could, one, create confusion in your life, but on the other hand, that can create a higher spiritual vision. A lot of you Aries are going to awaken to the next level now, especially with Saturn in the 12th house, okay? So it's so important to have a good meditation routine, to work on your health, to work on your foods. And a lot of you are also going to be more outspoken on your spiritual developments, okay? Be more open about it, or even have a spiritual career. And with spiritual, you don't have to be necessarily a tarot reader or a healer. You could also make furniture made out of wood, you know, and recyclable things. Being an artist, I feel spiritual means being close to your own soul and creating from nature, creating from and full of love. And that's what spiritual means to me, at least. So Jupiter in the 2nd house is still bringing in a lot of money, but watch out for overspending. It's in a square with the Venus and Mars in the 11th house. So you might be overspending when you're having fun with your friends, or you're spending too much money on your friends, or they are or actually they could be giving money to you. But watch out for overdoing things, especially when there's a square with Jupiter. There's always like a little bit too much of something, okay? But yeah, for you, you're going to redefine your community with Pluto in Aquarius, and it's gonna be in Aquarius just for a little while, then going back to Capricorn, and then gonna stay in Aquarius, okay? So community is gonna be very important, but you're gonna have to really see who's your true friend and who's not, okay? Because there could be some jealousy from your side or their side, or there could be some control or controlling behavior that's gonna come up. Okay, let me get you a card. I got my tea leaf cards. It's a huge pile, so I'm just gonna grab it randomly from in between. Waiting for news, a package or a letter. So some of you might receive some news around this time, okay? This could be related to your work, especially with this full moon in the 6th house, okay? Yeah. I don't know why, but I see like this bird is looking down, and it's like there's a doubt. I feel like you want to move on, but you're still doubting if you shouldn't go back. So going back to a relationship or going back to a job, or shouldn't I just, some of you are looking back in the past a lot, and it's time to let that go. All right. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So here we go. This is you. I know I'm talking to a lot of people who are in a huge spiritual transformation. And if this is confirmation that you should do something with that, here it is, right? And I see this like flame, like something is awakened within you, that you have a new passion for, for something new. You want something new, right? Affairs with your family, I'm seeing. Affairs with your family. So maybe they are not completely in agreement with your life path and what you're doing with your life. But I see you are also finding your own tribe, your own family tribe that can be your own family, but it could also be friends that you're surrounding yourself with that you feel is very important. Because if you look at this tree, this is about planting your seeds and roots. So you need strong roots to keep the tree alive, right? And you're being pointed towards people who are stable, okay? So maybe you could have dealt with people who are very unstable and that were not really grounding you. So now it's time to find a tribe that keeps you grounded, that keeps you with both feet on the ground. Yeah, and not... Because some people can unsettle you within yourself, right? And you feel like you're being pushed out of your own, pushed out of your own comfort zone. Yeah. So that's my message for you, my amazing Aries. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. And I hope to see you next time, Aries. Thank you. I really appreciate you. So let's move on now to Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So for you, we have this full moon in Virgo in your fellow earth sign in the 5th house. And this is all about children. This is about your friends. So this could be maybe you've met someone new, or in general, your romantic partner could not be super well received by your friends, right? Because we have the sun and the moon in the 5th and the 11th house, and Saturn is in your 11th house. So it could be that your friends are not really in agreement with your new partner or with your romantic partner. Also, there could be some disagreements between your children and your friends. There might be some words here and there, but definitely you will see that there might be some troubles with your friends or the people that you're surrounded with. There might be some truth coming out that maybe you're not very, very comfortable with, or that feels like, you know, some friends might be so much hard work with Saturn there that yeah, you're not sure if that's something you want to pursue. But at the same time, you could take this accountability and take care of that friend that really needs you right now, okay? Because Saturn can do two things. It can restrict you. So it can restrict you from your friends and create difficulty. Or they say, okay, take this responsibility. If this is a lifelong friend that maybe is ill or needs your help, then yes, you should be there for them and help them, of course, right? So, because there will be a time where you need help and they will be there for you, right? And when you walk away at the moment they need you the most, that's also not the right timing. So Jupiter is in your first house and it's in a square with Mars and Venus. So there will be like an overexcitement. Like some of you have started a new job. If you're an early degree Taurus, so Sun, Moon, and Rising, no, sorry, early degree Taurus Rising, I have to say this correctly because this is just about work. So between 0 and 5 degrees, you have Pluto on the midheaven. So there could be like extreme changes in your work situation, but you're going to feel more optimistic about it. Like if there is any time where you have the guts to change something and to go after what you want, it would be now, because you have Jupiter in the first house, like uplifting you. So now it's a time to go quick, to move forward, but also to make sure that, you know, that you're not blinding yourself with optimism, that you're missing certain details in the workplace or with your job, okay? But you can get really amazing offers right now, and that's going to be pushed forward for you at the moment. So yeah, some of you might be getting pregnant or expecting a child. Let me get you a card. Dealings with a relationship with a man with a dark complexion or hair. So I feel that, you know, this could be your romantic partner or the friend, okay, that I talk about, that you're having maybe some troubles with, or that your friend's having some troubles with. Victory in some endeavor. So definitely your work. You might have some good news when it comes to your work situation. Maybe you're leaving and you're happy about it, but definitely now is the time where the universe is carrying you, okay? And yeah, it is true that if you're also an early degree Sun and Moon, you're gonna have Pluto in a square. So it's time to really work on yourself and to, you're gonna have to face some situations, but because Jupiter's in the first house, you're gonna be really easily detached from that, okay? You're gonna be very optimistic, so you're gonna be like, yeah, whatever, it's there, but it's not my problem, because I'm like, enemies are working against you. So some of you have to deal with some people maybe in the workplace that are not the best for you, or that are not having the best interest for you, okay? And they want to not really harm you, like that's exaggerated, but maybe they are talking about you, and I feel that now is the test if you're just gonna detach from that. Like stay optimistic, like you have Jupiter in your favor, so let them talk, let them do their things. Maybe it's about people that they don't understand why you're making certain decisions, but once you come from your intuition, you know what you're doing, right? Period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So yeah, it's just maybe I feel you have everything in your favor, but there might be some people around you that are trying to block this happiness for you, are trying to put you on a different path. But look at this. This is a filter. You're filtering now who you want in your life and who you don't. And you're really thinking about who can I trust and who can't I trust. And it's now time first to do what you want. And not saying you have to be selfish, because that's not a good thing. But I'm saying, you know, it's about doing what you love to do and go after what you want. So yeah, that's my message for you, my lovely Taurus. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you next time. So let's move on to the next sign of Gemini. So Gemini, for you, we have we have Virgo in the 4th house. Okay, so this full moon in Virgo is in your 4th house, and it's opposing the Sun, Saturn, and Mercury in your 10th house. And this is all about your work situation and your home situation. So it could be that work is quite tough on you, and this is affecting your home situation with your flatmates, with your family, with whoever you're living with. It is highly impacting that. So it's also a time to maybe clean up your house, to organize your house, so you're gonna feel more clear in your mind. Maybe you can, some of you definitely maybe even need to work from home or do some extra work when it comes to, you know, to keep up with your work situation. Because some of you have to overwork a lot. You have a lot of responsibility. So yeah, there's a very hard-working situation, and could be that you've been promoted, but also there comes a lot of responsibility with that. And for some of you, it could literally be that it's very hard to find a job, because Saturn could also restrict that or make it more difficult. So you have to put in more effort to find a job. Jupiter is in the 12th house, so it is protecting you. It is helping you grow spiritually. So some of you definitely feel more in alignment with their intuition. So your intuition is definitely expanding, Gemini. I have this like itchy thing in my throat. It's really, I'm gonna take some more water. Yeah, so it's time to listen to your intuition, right? And to your feelings. And the Nerd Node is with Chiron in the 11th house. So you're being triggered to be your authentic self when it comes to your friend group, okay? So it's about not changing yourself for your friends, or not focusing too much on just helping them. It's about finding balance in give and take. And some of you have been giving too much. Success assured with good plans and hard work. This is Saturn, hard work. Look at Virgo, it's a hard-working energy, right? And it's in the 4th house. So maybe there could be something with the house that needs organization, and you forgot about it because you were working a lot. So it's time to focus on the home. It's time to maybe call your family and, you know, to talk about certain situations. And then we have the egg. And the egg is also a plan that is in the making. And, you know, you will have Jupiter in your 1st house after the 26th of May. So I feel that some of you are creating plans, but they're still sheltered. They're still behind the scenes. So you're not yet exposing these plans to the public, but they are definitely in the making. Increase in material wealth and spiritual growth. So whatever it is that you're going to do and whatever plan you're making, this is definitely going to bring in more material wealth. I feel some of you are a bit grumpy lately. I don't know why. Like, look at this fish. It's a bit annoyed. I feel like some of you are a little bit annoyed lately, or you feel like, oh, again, really? Maybe it's the same person that come asking the same questions, or you're like, oh, do I have to do this again? Look at you. You're like, I can't be bothered. Please. Let me know in the comments if that's you. It's quite funny. So Venus and Mars are in the 9th house. So some of you are going on a trip, or you're going in the mountains, you're going skiing for some of you around the 24th of February. So this is a beautiful time to get out there and take some action. It's Venus in a conjunction with Mars, so it's more action oriented. But you also need to take rest. So not too much outgoing energy, but because it's in a square with Jupiter, so you either could be too lazy or too much in action and you're forgetting about rest. So make sure to have some rest as well. Good fortune. Okay, so definitely there could be some good fortune coming in, and maybe because you have been working so hard, you could be earning more money and you could spend it on your home, buying new things in the house, redecorating it, making it beautiful. Definitely good fortune. All right, next. Sorrow over a loss. Okay, so I'm feeling loss of the old you. You're letting go of something. And for some of you, it's literally a family member or relationship. You're letting go of something or someone. And it's weird, but that's bringing you more in alignment. It's bringing you, or you're finally having peace with what happened. You're having more peace, right? I'm getting an exciting event. So something triggered you to get out of sorrow into a better place. Yeah, the gong woke you up. So maybe you got stuck in a certain spiral where you felt really sad, and there was a gong and it woke you up, and now you're ready to face whatever is coming next. You're awakened and ready. So that's my message for you, my lovely Geminis. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you. Let's move on to Cancer. So Cancer, for you, we have this full moon in Virgo in your 3rd house, and 3rd house is all about communication. It's about your siblings. But definitely also it's about traveling. And since we have this full moon in the 3rd house in opposition with Saturn, the Sun, and Mercury in the 9th house, this could be a trip for some of you. You might be going to like the forest with a lake, or like a place where there's green and water. And this is where you really come alive. And for some of you who can take a swim, or who can be in the water, this is a really good time to do that. Saturn in the 9th house, in this conjunction with the Sun, I'm getting really slow. I don't know, some of you might feel quite slow lately, and it's really hard to move forward and to get stuff done. Some of you are studying something, and it's really hard to finish it. And you're like, should I quit this study? Should I stop? Should I move forward? But I'm getting this like slow moving energy. Like it's really hard to get to the finish line, but you're gonna do it. And it's about discipline and getting it done. Because Virgo is quite hard working, right? And it's a beautiful placement to have Virgo in the 3rd house, because this means you have a quick mind, right? It's originally the house of Gemini, but it's also ruled by Mercury. So definitely Virgo is a good place there as well. It gives you a quick mind. So yeah, you're probably very frustrated if things are not going as quickly as usual. So it's like, should I finish this? Or should I take this trip? I don't feel like going out of the house maybe, or taking these steps. Sorry, I feel like everything is like closed in my nose. Yeah, some of you might be having a cold, because literally I didn't have that before. So yeah, maybe you're struggling a bit with a cold. Anyways, there is Venus and Mars in the 8th house, so some of you are feeling a bit spicy around this time. You're feeling like I don't know, doing funny things, and you might be feeling that with some of your friends, because we have Jupiter in the 11th house in a square with Venus and Mars. So don't do something I wouldn't do, but also don't regret what you're gonna do. So just to make sure that later on you don't regret it. So yeah, watch the too many drinks maybe, and I ended up with a friend, which was not the best idea. So think about those things. This could also have to do with money, like overspending money when you're going out, when you're having fun. You're definitely finding your tribe. This is where your luck is. At least up until May, you can find really inspirational people in your life that are definitely helping you to the next level. Okay, Cancer, what do we have here? Wealth. Okay, so there could be money coming in. Yeah, Venus and Mars in the 8th house. This could be definitely money coming in. Maybe a friend is connecting you with other friends and they're going to invest in something that you're doing, but wealth can be coming in here. Good advice from a wise person. So definitely your community, your friend group can inspire you to make the right decisions, right? Someone is going to trigger you into making a good decision here. So pay attention, listen, and it might just click, you know, this aha moment, like someone is telling you something and they don't feel like they're really saying something, but for you, that's like a huge message. Okay, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So now we're going to the opposite, because the owl is the wisdom. And then I'm getting like someone who's really stubborn and unwilling to change. Okay, compliments from an admirer. So this could be someone that is interested in you and you're like, but yeah, if you don't change, this is not going to go anywhere. So I'm not willing to take the risk with you if you're not changing. You have to change your attitude, right? Mm-hmm. And that's good, Cancer, because you have to step into your power and you have to know your value. Temporary problems, right? And then I got like ill health and depression. So this person could be in a depression and maybe that's why they can't really change. They can't really take that decision. They can't really see a positive outcome because they are in this depression, and maybe they see you as a person that can help them, right? And if that's you, right, it's time to take this trip. It's time to take a break and really come back to yourself, right? Because problems are just temporarily. But I definitely feel more this is someone around you that's unwilling to change, unwilling to see what's right in front, and not understanding that you cannot take someone back, a friend or a lover or whatever, if that person is not changing, if you don't see the changes. So yeah, that's my message for you, Cancer. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you, and I hope to see you next time. So let's move on to Leo. So my lovely Leos. All right. We have Virgo for you in the 2nd house. And it's opposing the Sun and Saturn in the 8th house, okay? So there will be some overlook here on your finances. So make sure that you've done all your taxes right, that you have filled up all the papers in a correct manner. Maybe you just feel like you want to know how to distribute your money. Like, I'm doing some management over my money. I want to know how I can invest and where to best invest in. Okay, and with Saturn in the 8th house, in a, you know, in an opposition with this moon, it's a real responsibility to take. I can't even pronounce it. So it's a responsibility to take, okay? And you really have to weigh the options, not make a decision too quickly. Okay, so there might be, for some of you, even a divorce. And you need to divide the money, like who's getting what money. There might be some business with the government and you're getting money back, or you need to pay certain money and things have to be organized. It could be a court case. So there's definitely a lot of emphasis on money and how to manage it with yourself and with other people, right? Like money through an inheritance, and it has to be divided. And it could be some difficulty there. So pay attention. Make sure to look at it with a clear mind so you are sure that things are going the right way. Okay. So if you're an early rising Leo, you're going to have Pluto in the 7th house. So this is definitely bringing up all the suppressed problems in your relationships. And this could bring up some difficulty. If you are a Sun or a Moon Leo, you will have Pluto in an opposition of your Sun and your Moon. So this will also create some projections. So either you're projecting on other people something, or they're projecting things on you. And it's about finding the right boundaries, okay? So you might have 0 boundaries with this person and too many boundaries with another person. So not letting people in and then letting people walk all over you, okay? Because Leo, when you're fond of someone, you can be a little bit blinded by what's really there. So you're going to be a little bit confronted with that. So new ways to make money, investments, and I have to say careful investments. This is not about making quick ones. Settling court cases, settling divorces, and I don't want you to get scared like, oh my God, I'm going to get divorced. No, you will not get divorced if that's not meant for you, right? But the energy is there. And when Pluto and Saturn are in the mix, it means that it will bring up whatever needs to be dealt with, right? And sometimes things were meant to happen that way for a long time, but you were not willing to face it yet. You have to be so fed up with something to let it go, right? And for me to take the step and do astrology, because I always had this somehow shame that, I don't know, I didn't want to be seen in a certain way, which is stupid because you have to be your authentic self. But I had to be so fed up in this 9-to-5 job that I finally left it. I had to be so angry and fed up, and I had to be done with it. That's when and this is the work of the heavy planets, bringing up stuff that you need to deal with, and you need to take accountability for certain situations. But I mean, Leo, let's be honest, you have Jupiter in the 10th house, so that's really opening up your career situations. If you don't have a job, really apply, look around. You know, you have Jupiter there in the 10th house, especially if you're a Leo rising. It's just amazing. Okay, so maybe because of the job, you are not able to travel as much as you would like to, because Chiron is with the North Node in the 9th house. You could be traveling, but you have to work when you're there, and that's a little bit like a short journey. So maybe instead of a long journey, you're going on a short journey, okay? Or your holiday will be cut short because you have to be somewhere else. But you're very magnetic, like people are very drawn to you. Oh, this card is like flying. I have to get it. 1 second, Leo. 1 second. Okay. Deep personal strength and peace that assure success. So it's like you're becoming more certain of yourself, of your gifts, and you're ready to put them out there, okay? And some of you definitely could find new love in the workplace with Venus and Mars in the 7th house in a square with Jupiter. Just don't make hasty and impulsive decisions about it, because a square can be a bit impulsive at times. Doing something risky, taking a chance, okay? That's what I said. Risky is fine, just make sure to think about it, because Virgo is not a very risky full moon, okay? So whatever you want to do, think about it first. Because, you know, this is even, it's not a Leo, a lion, it's a tiger, but still, you know, I know that once you set your mind onto something, you're just gonna go for it. Yeah, March. So probably March is better because Virgo wants to take things one step at a time, wants to analyze first, wants to think about it. I'm a Leo Virgo cusp, so I'm in a battle with myself all the time. Like I have some planets in Leo, so I'm, you know, Jupiter and Venus. So I'm like, woohoo, let's go. I'm really ready to have fun. And then my Virgo is like, why did you do that? Like, why didn't you think about it? And I can even like, after I can be really thinking about why. I don't know. It's quite funny. But that's why I get along with Leo so well, because I don't know, you have a certain amount of humor and fun that I really, really appreciate. Okay, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you, okay? So there could be a situation where someone is separating or closing themselves from you, and that's really hard for you to understand this person, and it maybe makes you feel like you did something wrong, but you're not sure what you did wrong. So it's like, what did I do? Like, can you tell me? And this person is not really opening up. So it's really hard for you to figure that out. what can I do about that, right? So I do feel that that will come, but you have to first choose yourself and focus on right now, focus on your money and your career. That's most important. And if this person wants to open up and tell you things, they will come your way, okay? So, but yeah, definitely there could be either, like, I see breakups, new love. It's like a little bit messy in that department, but yeah, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine, because I know that you are very strong, and yeah, you're the sunshine of the zodiac, so you're gonna be absolutely fine. Thank you so much for watching, Leo. I so appreciate you. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. And I hope to see you next time. Let's move on to Virgo. So my lovely Virgos, we're gonna have this full moon in your sign at 5 degrees. So if you have a sun, moon, rising around 5 degrees, you will be highly impacted. Yeah. Same as me. I have, my sun is at 2 degrees in Virgo. So yeah, this is definitely has a high focus on relationships. There will be Saturn, the Sun, Mercury, all in the 7th house in opposition with the moon. So there will be an answer about a relationship. You could either meet someone new for some of you Virgos, but this is not a light relationship, okay? This is like quite serious, because Saturn doesn't want these like, hey, let's have fun, chill relationship. No, this is serious. This is like a relationship you will build with someone, and it's like a serious one. So you're gonna build like something really serious there. This could be about business partnerships as well. So any troubles or things that need organization, now is the time to really organize the business, organize yeah, the partnership. So it could be also restructuring a romantic relationship and seeing what you need to talk about, what you need to let go of to overcome the obstacles. So it's about rebalancing the relationship if you're already in one. And if you're single, it's time to let go of the heaviness of your past relationships, okay? Because Pisces is a sign that wants to let go, wants to break down karma, and especially with Saturn there, you're breaking down layers of karma when it comes to your relationships. And when we look at the 8th house, we have the North Node and Chiron there. So your vulnerability has been tested. You feel that maybe it was really hard to be intimate with someone, and that's why maybe you chose partners that were not available, because somewhere deep inside you, you found it really hard to be your authentic self around someone else. At the same time, there could be some talks about money. Okay, so making sure that I don't know, if you can still choose, I would keep the money divided for now. But if you do keep it together, okay, make sure to have really good agreements. The moon in the 1st house makes you very magnetic, makes you very attractive, but also it's like a pressure that you need to do a lot of things, right? And in general, Virgo, you feel that, like, I need to do that, I need to do that. And some of you Virgos are definitely traveling long-term, or just going on a trip with Jupiter there in the 9th house, and it's squaring Venus and Mars. So it could be that you're becoming a digital nomad, or you're traveling and you need to work a bit on your trip. Maybe you're meeting someone, you're working, you're like trying to balance out all these different situations in your life, and it could just be like a lot, okay? Watch your health, Virgo. I know you're really into like healthy stuff, like most of you, but Pluto will bring up health issues if there are any in your body. So do pay attention to that. Situation in the balance that require careful handling. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, I feel that maybe some of you I hear like a delay in your trip. Needs careful handling. Okay, so if you're pissed off about something, and I know, Virgo, when you're pissed off, and you're either ice cold and you walk away, or you're just like talking like sharp words. Like, people say that's Scorpio, but definitely Virgo can bring up some sharp words because you're mentally very like argumentative and very strong, like verbally strong. So it's like, don't argue with a Virgo because they're sharp as hell, you know, like, so careful handling. So before you see all the situations, don't explode or say things you regret later. Okay. Deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Yeah, I'm seeing a volcano again. Like, some of you, I don't know, like you are feeling like you're about to explode. Maybe you should do some like martial arts or do some running or something to get the frustrations out, because it's just too much. Why did the cards keep flying on the ground? Yeah, so traveling, but also studying. Some of you are definitely studying. You could be studying something financially, like Taurus is all about finances, art. Maybe you're studying alternative healing or anything related to herbs. This is a time to do that, Virgo. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. So look at you, you're flying over. So careful handling, not too much. You are now overseeing everything. This is Jupiter in the 9th house. You can oversee everything. So don't go too fast. And don't do things you regret. And look around you, because love might just be there, right? Love might just come to you. It's like maybe you're working remote and you have someone, you know, coming your way as a client, like could be working in marketing, and there's just many opportunities for love, okay, for you in the upcoming time. So keep your eyes open, Virgo. That's my message for you. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And I hope to see you next time. So Libra, here we go. This full moon in Virgo is going to be in your 12th house. And 12th house is all about resting. And then some I hear like, it's boring. No, it's not. It's really about finding balance between rest and really important, Libra, your health, okay? Because this full moon in Virgo is in the 12th house in opposition with the sun in the 6th, and the moon is in opposition with Saturn, okay? And there might be some health issues coming up right now. If you don't feel good, rest, okay? So listen to your body, because some of you have been working really, really hard, especially Libra rising. You have to work quite hard, like routines. You have to step up, maybe have a lot of responsibilities, and you have to not overdo it. Even if you're doing too many sports, for example, you know, when your body, for example, when someone is getting injured, it's very often because that person just kept going without listening to their body. So it's time to listen to your body and not overwork or overdo things, because it can or could affect your health, right? If you're really in touch with your body, all these things don't count, because I don't want to fearmonger. You should see astrology as a warning, like things that could potentially come and that you can take into account, right? That you can take in mind or keep in mind. Yeah. Yes, so we have Venus and Mars in the 5th house, and it's in a square with the Jupiter in the 8th. So for some of you, it's a spicy time with Chiron and the North Node in the 7th house, okay? Some of you are in a third-party situation, probably by you. I'm not saying anything, but I know some of you are. So yeah, be aware, because there will be a lot of opportunities for you for spicy relationships right now. But you have to see if that's a long-term situation. Some of you are in a long-term situation and it's just very difficult at the time, okay? And some of you just want to have fun. Hey, no judgment there. If you want to have fun, You do whatever you want to do without, as long as you don't hurt people, right? If you have mutual understanding, who is there to judge you? So yeah. Also money could be coming in. So this could be like through community or through your children, people that want to support you, or yeah, you could be in a marriage where someone is quite wealthy. Okay. Happiness and well-being. Yeah. And you know, you are gonna regain your happiness and your strength again. And then I feel like some of you are taking care of like a wife or a husband that's maybe ill or that needs a lot of care. But I feel you're slowly coming back to yourself, successfully overcoming a problem. Here we go. Here we go. You're coming back to your sunshine, Libra. You're going to come back to who, like, it feels like you have been distanced from yourself. Like you didn't recognize yourself for a while there, but then you came back to that. You came back to yourself. You came back to your, I don't know, it's almost like you came back to your pride. And because maybe you've been given away too much, or you've been focusing on the wrong people. Okay, watch out for pregnancy. If you don't want to get pregnant, okay, or make someone pregnant, watch out, because now the whole thing the chart is quite good for expanding the family. Okay, if you do want that, okay, be my guest. Let's go. Happiness and disappointment in a friend or a lover. It's really weird. So this is the second happiness card. I just feel that you're detaching from disappointments. You're like, you know what? If that's what you think about me, I'm good with that. I'm happy. You are disappointing me. Okay, that's fine. I'll let you go. Okay? Yeah. I'm good with that. You don't mind, Libra. You're like, I'm minding my own business. I'm doing my own things. And you're like super busy with work and your own things. And if people disappoint you, you're just gonna let it go. Like, I feel like you became so strong in the past few years. Like, you really built yourself up to have this strength and to be like, you know, I'm gonna be happy no matter what. So thumbs up for you, Libra. Really, I'm gonna end your message here. Thank you so much for watching my video, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see much more, many more videos. And yeah, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, Libra. Let's move on to Scorpio. So Scorpio, for you, we have Virgo in the 11th house. Alrighty. Alrighty, Scorpio. Sun, Moon, and Rising. So we have Virgo in the 11th house opposing the Sun in the 5th and Saturn, okay? So some of you are craving your friends around you. It's like you want to spend time with your friends because it could be that your partner needs a lot of your help, or your children need a lot of your help. And it's like, I just want to be with my friends and I want to have some time for myself because I'm so busy taking care of other people right now, okay? You have Venus and Mars in the 4th house, and it's squaring Jupiter in the 7th. So some of you are moving in with a partner, okay? You're moving in together in the same place. And this could cause a lot of energy. It's like you're doing a lot of things at the same time. And you're like, I haven't seen my friends in ages because I'm focusing on this new love. Some of you are pregnant or expecting, and it's like, I'm missing this time where I'm just, you know, out and about and I'm doing my things. Or you want to go like do a workshop or do something fun. Yeah. If you're an early rising Scorpio, so like 0 degrees, you have Pluto close to the 4th house cusp, okay? So if you're moving, if you're also moving like any other degree, so after 5 degrees, you're not going to have this aspect. It will still be your 3rd house. But if you're an early degree Scorpio, watch out with the move, okay? That you make sure everything is in place. You read the contracts well. And also there could be a lot of upheaval in your family situation. Equally, if you're an early rising moon or sun, you're gonna have a square with Pluto, okay? So the moon will bring up so many upheavals in your emotions, okay? I have this aspect. I have a 1 degree Scorpio moon, and it's been in a square with Pluto, and it brought up a lot of emotions, a lot of traumas that I didn't remember or I locked away came up. So it's like a lot of emotions that were trapped had to come out. And it was like this, I think especially when it like started becoming close to my moon, it was like the heaviest, like a lot of emotions came out. And it's all for the best, right? And if it's with your sun, it's all about your identity and feeling like maybe you weren't appreciated, like underappreciated, and you're coming back to yourself. It's like breaking down ego and coming back to your heart, so you can operate from the purest form of love, right? So Scorpio, definitely true love from now up till like May. Keep your eyes open if you're single and ready to mingle, my Scorpios. Announcement. So some of you are going to get married, going to have an announcement regarding that, or announcing that you're pregnant or expecting a temporary situation. So some of you might be like moving in an in-between situation. So it's like maybe you bought a house and you're moving. Okay, this is like a temporarily, or you're in a new place and you know, okay, I'm not going to stay here forever. This is just like a temporarily place. Yeah. Or maybe you moved back with your family. It's temporarily, right? Not for long. All right, I cannot take that many cards here. Success, okay? Success. And I definitely feel the success right now is mainly when it comes to romance, when it comes to artistic expression. But Saturn is blocking that a little bit. So you need to work hard to bring that artistic expression out. So you might be blocked sometimes a bit more than usual, but when you work hard, you're going to be rewarded in these type of jobs, okay? New opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Look at that, Scorpio. Look at that. It's like you felt blocked for so long, and now paths are opening up for you, okay? And these could come through new friends as well with this full moon in Virgo. So pay attention to people that you're meeting, like new people you're meeting, okay? Yeah. Anyways, that's my message for you, my lovely Scorpios. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And I hope to see you next time. Let's move on to Sagittarius. So for you, we have this full moon in Virgo in the 10th house. And this is all about career, okay? And it's in opposition with the Sun, Saturn, and Mercury in the 4th house, okay? So some of you are a little bit put down by responsibilities, okay? A lot of responsibilities. Maybe you are taking care of a family member. You're taking care of your own family, your house. So there could be a difficult situation with your house. Like you have to build a house, move something, and just things are going slow and it's not going as fast as you would like it to be. Okay, and this could be distracting you from work. At the same time, you have a lot of work opportunities. So it's like, how do I balance family? How do I balance home, my house situation with all the work coming in with Jupiter in the 6th house, right? And then we have the moon in the 10th house in Virgo. So yeah, definitely you're a little bit weighted down by lots of responsibilities and you're not really sure how to manage all of that. Then we have Jupiter in a square with Venus and Mars. So watch out for oversharing, over talking, but you are very, very charming at this time, Sagittarius, and you are already super blunt when it comes to your speaking and when it comes to who you are. And this is what I love about you, right? Like, I'm Dutch. In my country, we're very direct. So, you know, Sagittarius, I love how direct you are, especially if you have a strong Mercury in Sagittarius. You're gonna be quite blunt, but you know, rather know the truth than have someone hiding the truth from you, right? Yeah, so watch out with communication with your colleagues, that you're not oversharing things that maybe shouldn't be shared. Or sharing things about work to your siblings, right? A short trip might be happening, a trip for work, or you're working, traveling, something like this could be coming up around the 24th of February. Slowly but surely getting ahead, okay? So it could be that you felt a bit frustrated about this house situation, about this family situation, and you're like, it's just not moving. It's slow, it's not getting done. I'm not fast enough. Relationships with an older man. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening. Scorpio had the same one. So there are new paths opening through a man, right? This could be your own grandfather. This could be someone that is bringing in new job opportunities. For some of you, you inherited the house of your grandfather, okay? And it takes a long time to rebuild it and restructure it. The most difficult part of a situation is over, okay? So it will not take a very long. But right now you have to cross the bridge from one side to another, okay? Could be that you recently started a new job or started being self-employed and it's just a lot and you have to really adjust. Feelings tied down or frustrated. So yeah, some of you might feel like there's just too much and you don't know how to organize everything. So I feel that organization is necessary, especially Virgo loves to organize. And when it's in the 10th house, it's, you know, organize your work so you come there more prepared and you have more time to focus on your home situation when you come home, okay? Or take this trip to have some rest, okay? So that's my message for you, my lovely Sagittarius. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Let's move on to Capricorn. So Capricorn, for you, Virgo is in your fellow earth sign in the 9th house. And some of you are definitely gonna go on a trip around this time, on the around the 24th of, why isn't it moving? What is happening? No. Yeah, this program is not always doing what I want. Are you doing what I want? Yes, okay. So definitely, yeah, you're going on a trip. Like some of you are definitely traveling or you're studying something. But if you're studying, it could be quite slow movement, okay? With Saturn in the 3rd house, Saturn is slow. It wants you to take your time studying and to focus and to take responsibility for that. And so yeah, mentally there could be a lot of pressure on you, getting your exams done, your study done, and also it's about maybe some of you are going on a trip, but there's just a lot to arrange, so you have to really organize, right? Because Virgo wants to organize things, so it's time to organize how you want it planned. Then we have Jupiter in the 5th house in a square with Mars and Venus. So there's definitely opportunities for you to make money, to earn money. And this could be through networking or through your work. However, you might overspend it right away because Jupiter in the 5th house is in a square with Venus and Mars, and usually this square becomes self-indulgent. So you could be spending it too much on shopping or on your children or on your romantic partner, okay? So make sure that what you earn, that you not spend it right away, okay? Your family situation is a little bit difficult, especially since North Node and Chiron are almost on the exact same degree, okay? There might be some painful situation, either in the family that you have to take care of someone, or it could be related to a house situation, right? Or flatmates that are that you kind of need to take care of because they're not cleaning or they're not doing the things that they're supposed to do. Good advice from a wise person, okay? So someone here is going to advise you on something. So maybe they could advise you a place where to travel. They were like, oh, we went to this place and it was really amazing. Maybe Capricorn, you can check it out because it's lovely, right? because it's a lovely place. So definitely there's some more money and you want to spend it, but be aware of how much how much is being spent. Some is working against you behind your back. So there is maybe someone that is not as genuine as you think they are. And you can tell by the way they are treating you. So if they are making this really mean comments, so they're making mean comments to you or putting you down, this is when you know someone doesn't have the best interest at heart for you, right? Yeah, that's when you know they're not happy when you're achieving beautiful things. And I had a friend like that as well, you know, and she was always making comments like this. They were so small, and I always thought like, oh, you know, she doesn't mean it like that, and maybe it's not meant like this. But what I learned over my lifetime is when people say certain things, sometimes it's subconscious, but if they're repetitively putting you down and making weird comments, they are not your true friends. And yeah, it's important to know that sometimes it comes from their insecurity, obviously, but you don't have to keep forgiving something that, you know, is not very genuine. So yeah, be aware of that, Capricorn. Career, okay? You do have the South Node in your 10th house. So some of you are detaching from working in a collaboration and you're moving towards working from home, or you're moving towards, yeah, working from home or working close to home or working on your own, not anymore in a business partnership. Involvement with the law, so make sure that you get all your finances in order. And, you know, if you're going through a divorce or a separation, that you have the right lawyers and the right people around you to help you, okay? Okay, family sorrow. I don't like all these cards, but yeah. It could be, and especially with Chiron in the 4th house and Saturn in the 3rd, there could be like some bad news when it comes to siblings, or you have problem with a sibling that's just really draining you. And when it comes to the 4th house, right, it could be your own family or someone you need to take care of. And there's just, you know, it could be a Passover, someone crossing over. And then I'm getting together with friends. So I know there's a lot on your plate right now, Capricorn, but it's like, go to the friends that are lifting you up and that are really, really carrying you and that are, yeah, are there for you when you need them, okay? And this is how you see if someone is genuine or not. So that's my message for you, my lovely Capricorns. And also don't forget, you're still in a romantic cycle, so get out there. Look around you if you're single, okay? So you can definitely attract someone new around this time, especially up till May. You're in a romantic cycle. If you want to have children or expecting, you know, want to have children or not have children, this is a time to conceive, so be aware. Anyways, I'll speak to you next time. Thank you so much for your love, and I'm ready to move on to the next sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius, for you, we have Virgo in the 8th house, and this is all about transformation, and this is about money as well. So you've been having Saturn in the 2nd house, which was restricting your money or making you work really hard for the money you're getting. So even though you have a huge income, it's just you have to work hard for it right now. Like the universe is like, how much effort are you willing to put in your own business, your own value, and your life, okay? And some of you want to maybe invest your money or, you know, distribute it in the right way. So do be aware where you put your money into and how you're going to divide it. It could be that someone is supporting you, offering you an investment or offering you money to yeah, help you sustain, or for example help you with your house. If you bought a house, like someone maybe is helping you with that, investing in that for you, because Jupiter in the 4th house is in a beautiful trine with this moon, and also Jupiter in the 4th house brings lots of opportunities when it comes to buying and selling a house. Then you also have Mars and Venus in the first house. So you are so charming right now, Aquarius. So if you're looking for love, you're very magnetic and attractive. And this could bring in new relationships, new jobs, but also with Pluto in the first house, you are going through massive transformations, okay? Especially early rising Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising, you're going through changes that are inevitable, okay? And I don't want you to get scared of that. It's just that you're becoming a better version of yourself, and sometimes things have to go. And situations you have to face yourself when Pluto is in the first house or on the sun or on the moon, okay? Getting together with friends. So gather with friends, spend some time with them. With Mars and Venus in the first house, it's really about what you want and what makes you happy and what is it that you want to do, okay? Recognition and reward for merit. And then disappointment in some affair. So I feel like good things are coming your way, okay? So you are on the path of, yeah, good things that are coming your way. But then I feel like there's a disappointment in someone that maybe is cutting off ties with you. This could be a friend, but also with Chiron in the third house, this could be a difficulty with a sibling. But look at that. This is someone who's cutting from you, or you are cutting with someone because you're disappointed in someone and you're like, yeah, I don't want to keep giving in this relationship. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to let it go and I'm going to cut it. Okay. Because we have Virgo in the 8th house, which is also transformation. So who is good for you and who is not? Okay. Some of you want to do a reading, a tarot reading, could be for yourself, or you're going to someone. Get back to the basics. So yeah, I feel like you need to write down your feelings and your, I don't know, some of you have to make a plan of action because things are moving so fast and it's like, I feel like you're like in this chaos. It's very chaotic and you need to write down so you have like an overview on what to do next. A wish is granted, okay? So just because things are not going your way right now doesn't mean it will never go your way. So keep going. Don't stop. Don't give up. Keep going because you're on the right track. Your heart is telling you, okay? When you have such an urge to do something and it doesn't work out, it means that the universe is testing you. How much do you want this? If it feels 100 times, okay, maybe then it's not where you're supposed to do. But you feel that in your alignment because it goes effortlessly, right? Like, for example, my YouTube channel, it's not one of the fastest growing ones, right? But I appreciate every single person. And when I record the video, I mean, I've been recording for 1 hour and 22 minutes without cutting, without breaking it. If I wasn't meant to do this, I wouldn't be able to talk for so long, right? Because the universe would put a hold on it and it would say like, don't do this. But everyone has different life path and I know my chart. I'm here to work hard and through effort, I'm able to achieve stuff. Oh my God, it's like windy outside. I hear like this thing is like moving. So through a lot of effort, I can achieve things, right? And it's the same with my other business, my marketing business. I have to put a lot of effort in it. And other people have a different karma, for example, right? Like for them, it can be one video and they are going out there and everyone is following them, right? It's their karma. And that comes with different responsibilities because someone who has been making videos for a long time, you have time to practice, you have time to deal with the things that come with it. If you have it overnight, you have to deal with the different things because you have to deal with people that are, I mean, literally, I'm getting emails, I'm being a little bit stalked or, you know, like there are a lot of things that come with YouTube. It's not just putting out the video, it's the comments, it's the harassments, And even though you get amazing people, but imagine people who got their video out overnight, have 1 million views. That's a lot to take in one time. So I feel that when you look at someone who achieved more than you, right? Like, I looked on TikTok and I saw this girl and she was crying and she was like a millionaire and she had, she lost herself in the process. And I see the comments, oh, how can a millionaire or millionaire be complaining? She has money, she doesn't have to work. But what people don't realize is that when you're on the top of the chain and you have to take care of all these employees, she felt she had so much responsibility. And I feel that people lack empathy for people who are successful, because it's not just easy. Look at these celebrities, they're being stalked day in, day out. They are not having any private life. Yes, they have money, but things come with different struggles. And I feel that people have no empathy for people who are successful, right? They came there by most of the time by hard work. And also there are different lessons to be learned at every level you're at. There are lessons to learn. And I don't know, I have to talk about this story, but I'm very passionate about this, that if you're successful and everybody resents you, how hard is that? Who's your true friend then? So there are different ways to see situations, right? And different ways to deal with different situations. And you have to trust that when it's your time, and the timing will be exactly perfect for you and your personality. So that's my message for you, Aquarius. A little bit of a philosophy speech, but I know that some people needed to hear that. I so appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much. Let's move on to Pisces. So for you, we have Virgo in your 7th house of relationships. And you have the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn in the 1st house, okay? So this means that Pisces, for a lot of you, you had to deal with lots of responsibilities lately. No matter if you have Sun, Moon, or Rising, you are carrying responsibilities. And some of you might have felt a little bit low or on the corner of depression because things cannot move on from how they were. You have to maybe change course somewhere or accepting some type of responsibility, right? But with the moon in the 7th house, there is a chance for some of you to meet someone new romantically, okay? Also be aware if you're already in a relationship for third-party situations. This could be you, Pisces. I'm not saying anything. This could be someone else because there is Pluto, Mars, and Venus in the 12th house. So be aware of third-party situations. This could be you or someone else. And yeah, just that no one gets hurt in this situation, right? I'm just reading the chart. Also, there could be some secret admirers for some of you, or they are going to expose that they are into you, Pisces. For some of you, it could even be marriage, like getting married or getting proposed to or proposing to someone, okay? Jupiter is in the 3rd house, so your communication skills are off the roof, okay? And it's like some of you are going to channel around this time in around this full moon if you're into channeling, because Mars and Venus are in a square with Jupiter in the 3rd house. So it could be like just coming to you and you can talk and you didn't even know, like, what did I write? What did I speak about? It just came out. And the channeling could be for work, could be that you've done a presentation. Have you ever had that you've done a presentation or something and everyone was impressed that you don't remember what you said? That's channeling. That's not, because it's not consciously you. You're opening up the channel and it's like something overtakes you. It's like a flow. And it's just the best, you know, like when I do it in my videos as well. Of course, I read the chart and everything, but I let just non-resistantly let my words flow without thinking. I don't prepare on a paper like, ooh, I just write down a few key points, like the degrees, like everything, but I'm treating you like you're my client, like you would be in a reading with me. This is how I would do a reading. I would just sit with you, and of course a reading I prepare a bit more than this, than a general video, but you know, when you get comfortable with what you know, it's really easy to share because the wisdom is already there. When the astrology is already there, when your presentation and the wisdom about your company or about your book is already there, it's so easy to talk about it because it's ingrained within you. It's part of your authentic self. And one thing you're exploring is your authentic self, Pisces. Okay, Chiron in the second house with the North Node is bringing some difficulty with money. Okay, so it's not the time to overshare money with other people. Okay, so make sure to not overly spend. Discord among friends and family. So I feel like you're retreating a bit from other people, some of you, and people don't really get why you do that. Or where's Pisces? Like, Pisces been gone for a while. You're just doing like your own thing. Or maybe you just met someone and you're like spending a lot of time with this person. Dissatisfaction with life, okay? So we're coming back to the people who have maybe Saturn on their moon. Right now Saturn is at 9 degrees, so if you have planets around 9 degrees, especially your sun and your moon, you're going to be highly impacted, right? And you might feel a bit down or like a weight on you, but this is temporarily, and I don't want you to do anything stupid around this time, okay? Make sure you give yourself so much love and feel where this comes from, where this feeling is coming from, this dissatisfaction, so you can do something about it, because Virgo is an action-oriented planet. It wants you to do something so you can make a plan, or maybe you have a Virgo partner that's going to help you like overcome that, or going to help you get over that. Could be a business partner as well. Yeah, oh my god, whoa, I didn't even read this card yet. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. So it's like, sometimes you feel like, why isn't that happening for me, right? And now it's time to make an action, a plan of action. How can I overcome these obstacles? How can I distribute my money best so I'm in a better position financially, right? Marriage. Look at that. It's a love cycle. Okay. Yeah. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Didn't I say a third party situation here? So be aware of that. Or maybe someone is trying to get into, like, in between a relationship you have. Okay. Yeah. Be aware of that. Be aware of that. Sometimes friends are not real friends, right? They want what you have. New home, new attitude, and obstacles to overcome. Okay, so some of you are planning to move, especially, you know, when Jupiter goes in Gemini. This is time for a lot of you to move. So you're making plans on that, or maybe you're looking for a house. I would recommend you to move after May, you know, between May 2024 and June 2025. Okay, so that's my message for you, my lovely Pisces. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. I do private readings as well. You find my email in the description box below. And I hope to see you next time. All the best to you. Bless you.